The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
This is Danny and Mick from Dead Label, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father, and as always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a privilege to have the guitarists of Dead Label, Mr. Danny Hall and Mick Hynes, and we're going to be talking to them about their new single that's out right now called False Messiah, which is a precursor to their upcoming third album hitting stores this summer. And new guitarist Mick Hynes, man, this is his debut on this album as well. So, how's it going?
Oh, good, man.
Yeah, not
all
bad.
Good. Yeah.
How are you?
Glad to have you on the show. Actually. And like I said, I've been diving into your guys' music, and I'm really, really impressed. Like I said, Salvation and Sacrifice is a badass song. Pure chaos, burns within, really, really great stuff. But False Messiah is a excellent song from you guys, and I could tell the growth from each of these songs as I listen to them. So let's jump right into this, guys. Dead Label has made a widespread impact in the North America metal underground and plus European metal mainstream since your formation in 2008. Does it shock you guys that you're getting a lot of underground respect and love and really peeking through in the underground, as we should say?
Well, I guess we're not totally surprised because the music we play is quite extreme. You know, I don't think it'll rise to the top of the mainstream anytime soon. But you know, obviously we believe in what we're doing, the quality of our music. So hopefully it's reaching people. Even if it's underground, that's great. At least it's getting to the people. You know, getting to people somewhere. That's the most important thing to us. But yeah, I don't know. We're the underground of the underground. But keep doing what we're doing. So yeah.
How's it been working with Adrenaline PR for you guys so far?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, those guys are doing a great job as far as we're concerned. I mean, Claire basically manages the band in a way, and she's probably the main person that deals with all those kind of people, and she's totally on top of that stuff. And we trust her, and, you know, as far as we're concerned, everybody's doing a great job. But we're probably not the people to really comment on exactly how that's going. But as far as if there was anything, you know, bad, we know about it. I think everything's going really good. So yeah, happy days.
Dead Label has released your new music video for False Messiah. Was it hard to choose between the current set of songs that you guys are working on, which would be the first single and plus video, and what did you want that first song to say for Dead Label when people first heard this come out?
Yeah, it was actually quite difficult to choose. We didn't really think too much about what it wanted to say for us as a band. I think it was more we needed a song that was kind of short, you know what I mean, that would hold people's attention. You know yourself, people's attention span these days is quite low. Yeah, it was just a short song that was, you know, easy for people to listen to, and you know, short enough that you could do a music video for it and just come out as a nice, neat little package. You know, we've other songs that are slightly different and stuff, but maybe they're a bit long or, you know, this type of thing. But yeah, I don't know. We just kind of went with it. But yeah, no.
I think it also demonstrated what they could do with a second guitarist as well. It showed that they had the options for like doing leads over choruses and guitar solos and stuff. So it was kind of a good way to like introduce me into the band and show what Dead Label could sound like with a second guitarist and how they progressed so far.
And this is a really good song from you guys, and it grabs your attention. And if it doesn't grab your attention when some folks listen to it and you're a metalhead, something's wrong.
Yeah.
That is...
Hopefully, well, that means it worked.
I told you guys, I'm really impressed with this band, and I'm going to support you guys as much as I can on here. That's for sure.
Awesome, thanks.
So, False Messiah, that video was created by a group of 13 of Poland. How was working with them on this video, guys?
It was awesome for me as a newcomer to the band. Like I was only in the band maybe maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then we were flying out from Ireland to Poland, and it was just huge production. And then we had heard that that Group of 13 had worked with the likes of Behemoth and a lot of other good bands, and it was mind blowing. But it was amazing experience. Like the setup they had, they were so nice to us. They really looked after us, and just it couldn't have went smoother. It was really good.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty much the same. I mean, it was just other videos we've done in the past have been really good and stuff, but this was just the next level. You know, I mean, they were just super professional. It was a much bigger production than we thought it was going to be when we arrived, and it was just it was amazing. And the guys, Group of 13, have been so helpful, so friendly, so efficient, and just so punctual and just perfect. We'd actually be really looking forward to doing another video with them. I mean, they were just perfect as far as I'm concerned.
So False Messiah was recorded by Michael Richards at Track Mix Studios. Is he going to be producing this new album, and how was work with him on this song, guys?
Well, we've worked with Mick Richards a lot. It's a great studio there in Dublin. We're not exactly sure what the ins and outs are going to be for a producer or engineer. We're not sure exactly at this point, but the recording process there has always been, amazing. We really like it there. We have a great relationship and we always have a great experience going in there recording material. And I'm sure at one point or another we'll definitely be working with Michael Richards again. He's a great guy and it's a great studio, so hopefully, yeah.
Are there any songs standing out more to you than any right now possible that you could talk about that's going to be up on this new album, possibly?
I'm not sure if we should. There's a couple. Well, we're not going to put any songs on the album that we're not entirely happy with. That's just not going to happen. But there's a few that probably stand out a bit more for maybe a single, just again because the length and just well-rounded songs, just that would probably fit more as singles, more coming out of the gate swinging songs. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more to come, and a lot more heaviness to come. It's going to get a lot heavier.
Good.
False is kind of their slow dance song of the record.
Yeah, as a fan of Dead Label, I was a big fan before I actually got asked to join the band. But when I came in and I heard most of the album was written before I even came in. But when I heard it all, it's Dead Label perfected Dead Label. You know what I mean? And it's the heaviest, grooviest, catchiest. It's just what people need to really keep their eyes open for this album because it's going to be a fucking cracker.
Yeah, not just this one. Even the previous albums are just fantastic. I'm like I said, folks, I'm not sucking ass or anything like that just because they're on the show. I'm just telling you the God's honest truth. This band for me, I really like what they're doing, and they need all the help they can get. And seriously, you will not be disappointed. So that's for me.
Awesome.
What made you want to add another guitarist and not be a 3-piece anymore? What made you guys say, yeah, let's add a new member?
Yeah, I feel this is a question I'll be asked a lot anyway. So I guess it's well, basically just to tell you the short story. When we started off as a band, we had been in 4 pieces before. We're from a small town called Salisbury in Ireland, and it was very difficult to find another guitarist that was equally as committed as me and Dan and Claire were. And so we just kind of said, fuck it, we can't find anybody, we'll stick with 3. And we went pretty far as a 3-piece. We just never really looked back. But we always had in the back of our minds, even though it was, a long time, we had in the back of our minds that if the right guy came along, that we would do it, But we just never seen the right guy, And Mick's other band, This Place Hell, we ended up doing a few shows with them and Devil Driver, and we played Bloodstock together, and we just got to know Mick a little bit better, and we obviously saw how committed he was to his band, and obviously that he's a great guitar player, similar in style, in many ways, and how he plays the guitar, fully committed, great, just looks great on stage, great stage presence, and then, he's a really, really nice guy, really, really, easygoing the way me, Dan, and Claire are, and we just said, fuck it. Let's get him around for a jam if he's willing and see what happens. And I guess the rest is history then, He just slid in so seamlessly. It's like it's scary. I'm just waiting for him to turn into a serial killer because it's going too smooth. But yeah, that's it. Basically, the gist of it is we always wanted one if the right guy came along, and the right guy came along. Simple as that, I guess. And it just opens more doors for us musically, you know what I mean? It just gives us more range and how much dynamic we can add to the music as well, and the live show and the live performance as well. So
congrats on joining the band, Mick. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you very much. It's a huge honor for me, to be honest.
Yeah, well deserved too, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
What do you guys hope everyone takes away from the new single, False Messiah, or message you hope they hear while listening to it, or just any of Dead Label's music in general, guys? What do you hope they get from it?
Dead Label are back with a vengeance.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I just hope that they can get a feel for the kind of groove and the kind of music that we're going to be putting out, you know, in the future. And also, I hope they get the impression that we're never going to stop, no matter what. We're doing it one way or another. So, you know, we're just going to keep moving forward and, you know, keep getting better and keep trying to improve ourselves and keep growing as a band, I suppose. For the track itself, I'd just say take away from that, like, that's the light one. That's the
that's the lube.
That's the commercial one, if you could call that commercial.
Now, you mentioned that you guys have played on some huge festivals like Bloodstock in UK, Download. That's fucking amazing. Made of Metal and Japan's Rocktoberfest, and touring with massive bands like Machine Head, Gojira, Devil Driver, and Fear Factory. This has to be huge for you guys to have your music to be noticed and to be put out on that big stage like that.
Yeah, to be honest, it's been an honor to share the stage with some of those bands, particularly ones like Machine Head and Gojira. You know, shaped, you know, who we are, you know, as a band. So it's, you know, musically we've been heavily inspired by those bands. So to actually share the stage with them was just absolute honor. The only bad part about it was that it had to end. We just want to keep going. I mean, we'd do that for eternity. You know, that's ultimately when everything's said and done. Music videos, everything, whatever, records, all this stuff. Really, all we want to do is tour and play gigs and have a good time. You know, that's really what it comes down to. So yeah, hopefully we just get to do more and more on that. It's been epic, I think, and for being from Ireland, yeah, it's kind of, when you look back, you think, well, we have done a lot. We've done a lot of amazing stuff, but we're just always thinking ahead, though, you know? We're just thinking when's the next tour? When's the next one?
And I don't mean to sound naive or stupid or anything on this, but I mean, when you think of heavy metal bands coming from Ireland, you really don't think that. It's like, well,
yeah,
that's pretty awesome, actually, too.
Yeah. Well, you're probably right, you know. There's not really any, you know. To be honest, it's been a big part of the learning curve for us trying to break out of Ireland, is the fact that, you know, we don't have anybody's footsteps to follow in, you know what I mean? We're not really, you know, following a direct path. We're just kind of winging it, you know, doing our best and just, you know, taking a stab at everything we possibly can to try, you know, make it as a successful heavy metal band from Ireland, you know. But yeah, it's been a learning curve. Yeah, but you'd be right. There isn't really any that I know of that have made it. Well, that have made it. You know,
there's plenty of local young talent, but like coming from a band that would have been a lot smaller than Dead Label. Like Dead Label are the band that everybody looked to follow in their footsteps. You know what I mean? Like they were always really good to my old band and helped us along the way. And it became quite clear that like, it really is, there's nobody above them. They are kind of paving the way, and hopefully we'll continue to do that.
Now, being on tour and playing some of these festivals with some of these big bands, have you guys taken anything away from them seeing their live act that you would like to include for Dead Label, like how they handle themselves on stage, things like that? Have you taken anything away from them when seeing them live?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think every time you watch your heroes on stage, you're just like downloading information about what they're doing and how they move and how they act and how they speak to the crowd. I mean, it's I'm sure it's influenced our live show and made it better, you know, just by watching. I mean, there's other ways that, you know, inspire you as well, like how humble a lot of those people are, you know, even though they're famous basically, you know, and they're so friendly and so down to earth, so many of them, and that was something to take away from it as well, you know.
Some of them teach you what not to do as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. How much growth musically have you seen this band go through and yourself go through up to working on this new album and single? Or has it just been more of a personal growth for all of you guys involved in this so far?
Yeah, it's been a lot of personal growth. I mean, through our 20s, that's, there's been a lot of growth, but I think musically, there's been a huge amount of growth. I mean, if you listen to the first album and if you listen to the song we put out now, I mean, there's huge improvement there, I'm really happy with the way things have gone, I can't really explain it properly because I don't know, I guess it just kind of happens naturally or organically, but yeah, there's always been growth, and I just feel that that's kind of a constant thing, and it's always going in that direction. Yeah.
Mick, what about you since joining the band? How much growth have you seen and plus yourself, man, if any?
My guitar playing has improved tenfold in the past 4 months. It's actually been a really good help for me. I love learning music and I love expanding my little basket of tricks or whatever. But definitely, and I followed Dead Label since the beginning, and I've seen the growth in the band, and it's just amazing now to be part of it and to be learning from. I don't want to give him a big head now, but he was one of my favorite guitarists. You know what I mean? So I've always looked up to him for years, and now to be in learning riffs with him and sitting face to face, just jamming and stuff. It's the growth is just beyond comprehension now at the minute.
So do you guys do anything differently during the writing and recording process to help keep your minds fresh and open to not get bored or to not let the music get stale? Do you do anything differently that helps you guys out, maybe, if anything?
Do you, Mick?
I don't really know what other bands do.
Yeah, I guess, you don't want to get stuck in a rut, just focusing on the one tiny thing for too long. But I try to get out and about, or, just go for a run or anything if you really need to clear your head. But to be honest, mostly we don't really. I mean, we're just focused on what we're doing. This really is the only important thing in my life. So I just kind of focus mainly on that. Yeah, I don't do anything weird fucking yoga or any shit like that. Just to but yeah, no, not really. I don't think nothing unusual. I wouldn't think.
No, I'm kind of the same. I just sit in my room and write riffs like I always did, and will continue to do for the rest of my life. That's the way it's going to be.
What can fans expect at a show from Dead Label who have not got to hear you guys live as of yet?
Ooh, big, fat, stumpy riffs. They're always one of those bands, again, coming from a fan's perspective. You go see them in a local club or wherever they were playing, and all the other bands that get on stage, and then Dead Label get on and they'd level the place. It's just the sound. It's just fucking big, fat, stumpy riffs. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and a lot of energy as well. Yeah. Just a lot of energy. We like a lot of crowd participation as well. We like it to be a fun time for us and for them. We just want it to be a big party. And the most important thing, really, when it comes down to it, is just everybody has a good fucking time. We're out for the night to have a good time, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, a lot of energy and just a lot of fucking headbanging and just getting messy and sweaty and fucking the place up, basically.
We're living in the digital era, guys, of recording albums to get albums out faster and quicker. And plus, we got social media now to reach out to more fans to help get out to more people to hear of Dead Label. Do you like this that we're living now, to get out albums quicker and plus to reach more fans who have not got to hear you guys as of yet?
It's a real kind of bittersweet thing. It's awesome that so many people have a voice, but not a lot of people deserve to have a voice. There's a lot of shit music out there, and there's a lot of great music out there, and it's very hard to sift through the shit to get to the good music. You know what I mean? So but then the technological ease of writing and recording these days is amazing. For myself being at home, I don't even have an amplifier in my house anymore. It's just I plug straight into my laptop, and I can play all night if I want, and I can record ideas instantly and stick drums on them straight away. And so it's kind of hard. It's good and bad.
How much local support does Dead Label get via venues and plus airplay, if any, in Ireland, possibly?
There's no real popular heavy metal radio stations here in Ireland. Well, there's a couple that are quite good, but nothing to reach the masses really here in Ireland, and locally, yeah, great support. If we do a show in Dublin, a headline show, we always get a great turnout. Or, there's always people showing up with Dead Label T-shirts if we do a sports lot in Dublin, and we have great support here in this country. Yeah.
In your guys' own opinion, what does Dead Label bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now? I know you guys are not reinventing the wheel, or nobody is, but What do you bring to that table that's different?
Well, what we're trying to do at least, is be unique, or at least try to somehow create our own sound. And it seems to me, not every band, but a lot of bands are kind of following certain trends and, just jumping straight into a genre of music without any care for, trying to create something new. They're just following a blueprint of what another band has already done. You obviously have to take your influences from your favorite bands, but I guess we're just trying to be unique. I'm sure there's lots of bands trying to do that too, but I don't know. I just think we bring our own sound that hopefully other people can just relate to, or that it just hits them in the same way that it does for us,
Yeah, for me, I've seen Dead Label as a band that they did stand out on their own. Like in Ireland, it was your thrash bands, and now there's this upcoming hardcore scene, and all the younger bands are kind of jumping into that. So it's all these trends that are being followed and what's popular and what's not. But Dead Label, they don't really, at least in our local scene and most bands that I listen to, they don't really fit in, but not in a bad way, you know what I mean? It's just they stand on their own, and you can tell there's more of a creative thought going into the music than just your typical copy and paste trash song or whatever hardcore shit is going on these days, So there is definitely a uniqueness and an originality there.
So what made you guys want to become a musician? What was that spark for the both of you that said, yeah, that's what I want to do right there?
Mine is pretty cheesy. Mine's pretty similar. I was watching a TV show. It was on MTV. It was about the world's most expensive videos, music videos. And I think November Rain was in there at about number 3 or 4. Apparently they built that whole chapel there just for Slash's solo. Anyway, when Slash came out of church and did his big cheesy solo, I was like, fuck that, I'm taking up the guitar. That is cool. That is cool as fuck. And that was it. That was pretty much that hit me in the chest the hardest. I was like, fuck this, I'm going to do it. And that would be what you call a spark, I guess.
I saw Metallica in 2003, and I didn't pick up an instrument for many years later, but I think that left such a big impression on me that was kind of the clicking moment for me to want to be a musician. I knew I wanted to be up there and not down here in the
totally. Yeah. Still feel that way.
Yeah.
Is there a country that stands out or even shocks you that Dead Label gets support from, or even your music gets played in that country or region?
Yeah, I guess having fans in Japan is a bit weird, because it just seems like such a different culture and just so far away. Now, obviously, we were lucky enough to go to Okinawa and play the Rocktoberfest there, but it is still weird getting, friend requests with the writing is all crazy, and, it's come up in your newsfeed, and it's all to do with your band. I guess that would be the most extreme, place where we have fans, the furthest out, let's say, that I can see. I mean, there probably is weirder ones out there. I don't know.
Like I said before we started the interview, this song "False Messiah" has really caught my attention. I like it a hell of a lot. But like I said, "Salvation and Sacrifice," man, that song right there, if that doesn't put the chills up you or makes your hair stand on your arms or neck, there's something badly fucking wrong with you guys. Honestly. So I'm telling you guys right now who's listening, please, I'm not just saying this, but these guys and gals, they know what they're doing, and they truly need help to get out there, which they have been. But trust me, get out, buy their albums, pick them up. You will not be disappointed. How can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy some merchandise, this album getting ready to come out, tour dates, things like that? How can they do that?
We're on all social media platforms, and we have a big cartel store as well for the merch. So you can find us anywhere. Just Google Dead Label or search us on any social media website, and you'll find us. And there's always links to get merch and stuff. Important messages to get people to just check out our Spotify and follow us there as well.
Before I let you go, would you guys care to do a promo for the show, or one of you, whoever, whatever?
Sure, yeah. This is Danny and Mick from Dead Label, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our YouTube link plus our podcast, and soon we will have a Twitch link to where you can watch the show live, so we'll be having that coming up here pretty quickly. Get out and check out Dead Label. Pick up their albums. Check out False Messiah. I'm telling you, folks, really, really good music from these guys. and keep kicking ass in Ireland, folks. That's what you need to do, guys.
We will.
Thanks for taking time to do the show. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Anytime, man. Anytime. Thank you.